lovelies, and welcome to Tuesday's sewing. Well, I've a confession to make. I've been a naughty girl. I've cheated. I cheated. Those, I don't think I like it much better, but I've taken the really big buttons that I put on here. I've taken them off. I thought they were a bit overpowering, and the two really, you know, favourites, Art Decos, and I wanted to do them justice, so I swapped them for two others out of the jar, which I think looks okay. And yes, am I allowed one cheat in 8 weeks? Yeah, I reckon so too. It's my game. It's my game. I can cheat if I want to. I think there's a song in there somewhere. Okay, let's see. I don't know if I'm going to shake it much. I'm fed up of getting 3 and 4. 2. Yay! 2. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we can get. 1. 2. Oh, another Art Deco. See, I've got all my faves in here. Wow, I just love this. Look at this. You can imagine this, like they used to have knobs on dressing tables and things like this, didn't they? And it's just gorgeous. Gorgeous. This is this week's piece. And let's have a think about it. This time, I've not come with any preconceived ideas. I had this idea, wanted to do this V and fill it in last week, and it failed. So I've realised I'm better off just going with the flow. Going with the flow and see what we get. So we have got that, which is stunning. And we have got that one. We'll have a think about it. So let's see. I've got some bits and bobs here. I may as well get most of it out. Let's see. Excuse me. I do love this. This is hand-dyed Indian cotton. I do love that. I do. Let's see. I think I want, if I'm having that there, I want a bit of something that looks like petals, something a bit scrunchy wunchy in the middle. Let's have a look at this. It's a bit thin, that. I could couch it, couldn't I? I could couch that, and then let's have a look. Wrap that round, wrappy, wrap that. Probably wants that in the middle of it, does it now? Yeah, don't need as much as that though, do I? So let me just, I'm just going to trim it. Just trim it a little so that when it wraps round it's not quite so bulky. So I hope you're all doing well. I hope you managed to catch my video yesterday when I did some mini ephemera for my design team project for Tracy. Right, I think we'll couch that down first. We'll go with that. Now, I'm going to couch it down with, I've got a thread here. These are me, again, I got these last Christmas, not this Christmas just gone, the one before with some holiday money from my dad. And this is a Sue Spargo, and it's the Eleganza Perle. Number 8, and it's lovely. So I think I'm going to treat us to a bit of this. Let's see if I've got which needle I've got in. That'll do me. I think that will do. I'm trying some magnets. So if you wonder what this is, I'm trying these magnets. I've used them before with good effect on plasters, but the plasters are rubbish, so I've just got some micropore over the top. So I had a, you know, I was saying I was going to the doctor's yesterday because of my tendons in my wrist. Oh dear, I'll tell you, that is a tale. Very upsetting. It was a locum doctor that didn't know me, and don't get me wrong, some locum doctors can be lovely and very helpful, and as soon as I walked in, I started talking. I said, well, you know, I've come with my joints, blah blah blah, but I just want to mention this, A, B, C and D. Oh, you can't, he says. Oh, you can't. You can only talk about one thing. You've got a single appointment. Well, the appointments are 10 minutes in the UK with your GP. GP appointments are only 10 minutes. You have to cram a lot into 10 minutes. And bearing in mind that I've not been to my GPs, apart from going for the vaccinations, I've not bothered them for 2 years. So that when I do go, and obviously having been a nurse practitioner and you know, done a lot of medical training, I you know, I do all the basic things first before I bother them. You know, I've been doing all sorts with this wrist. Anyway, my understanding was that, you know, you've got that 10 minutes and my normal doctors, you know, you fit in what you need to fit in those 10 minutes. He wouldn't let me, so I felt like crying. He says, you'll have to book another appointment. I said, I've waited 2.5 weeks to get in for this. And I've been suffering for months. Anyway, it was really horrible. So I went out and I was nearly crying, and I said to the receptionist, I've got to book another appointment. Won't let me talk about more than one thing. She says, really? Anyway, next appointment, a month. I know we are lucky here. I'll tell you this tale, then I'll go through couching with you in case you don't know. We are lucky. We do have the health service. It is free at the point of service. And they've been under immense pressure. I do appreciate that. Having been 40 years in the service, I do understand that. But that doesn't mean I shouldn't get, you know. Anyway, it was a month for another GP appointment. A month, that's ridiculous. So I said, she could tell I was upset. She can put official complaint in. I said, well, I don't really want to, because we have excellent GPs at our practice. It's been an excellent practice, especially with everything that's been going on with David's health. And I don't want to do that. I said, but, you know, anyway, she spoke to one of the senior doctors who knows us, and I can go again Friday. You can see why. You can see how some people don't go to the GPs and end up with something that's terminal, because they, you know, especially if they don't feel that they've got GPs that listen to them. Or people that, you know, mental health issues. Not good enough. So anyway, that's my moan over with. So we've couched that round, and I like that. It's a shame to put my button on top, but do I really need to put a button on top? I wonder if we could do something smaller with that same sort of concept. Let's do, what else we got? Got a bit more of that, haven't we? With a bit more of this, let's just cut a bit of scrappy off. Right, oh, it's dropped to bits on me now. Let's see if we can do a smaller flower here. So you don't just have to couch threads, you know, you can couch fabrics, you can couch anything, bits of twig, you know, if you're doing something from nature and you want to put some real twig in there. You can couch anything really. Old zips, I've couched old zips onto really retro pieces. Right, okay, so the idea behind your couching, I'm just going to put this into place. Just anchoring that down. Okay, so I'm going to just wind this round a bit. I've probably gone a bit near that edge for comfort. So I just wrap this fabric round, and you just basically take your holding stitches from side to side and couch them into place. Now you can make the stitches part of the design, so you could either do something like here, we're doing a special thread round so we can see that hint of green, or you can just do it with just plain you know, a stitch, an embroidery thread that matches what you're couching. I'm going to do it, finish it there. We don't want it to be too big, do we? So I'm just going to sort of anchor that down there. Okay, so this is a bit of a scratty looking, scruffy, scratty, doesn't matter, it goes with it, but you can be a lot more precise with your couching. I'm trying to think if I've got any on here. I've got any that I've couched that, so that is just some edging that I've couched round and round, but you can't really tell because it's in the same fabric. Not got any more on that bit. Okay, so that's that bit couched. Yeah, now then, let's see if we can find a bit of something else. Got a bit of lace fabric here. Got a bit of that on? No. Let's cut a bit off my fave, because this is quite delicate, isn't it? I won't be sad when this is all used up. Let's have a look. Too nice to couch with that. I don't want to couch with that. Let's have a look at this. We've got a bit of calico here. Let's couch round with that. So here I'm going to just start in a loop. You don't have to do it. You could do it any shape you want, can't you? Okay, leave that there. Now, a bit more of my thread. This is a number, has it got a name? Number EMZ13. And you can get it from Wonderful as well in the UK. United States, you're better off getting it from Sue Spargo, but if we can get it, we don't have to pay too much postage if Wonderful's in the UK. Okay, right, it's a shame I haven't got a bit more of that. No, be okay. And you can make it look like a bit of a petal if you like, you know. So let's take it down. So just do your couching like that. You can see it better on this, can't you? And then just, I sometimes do a bit of a twist as I wind it round to give it a different look. pull it through and down. So I'm wondering if we go back to doing a little bit of breathing exercise, bit of mindfulness on Tuesdays before we start sewing. Let me know what if that's something you'd like, just so you can start concentrating and letting yourself do a bit of sewing, even if it's only for a quarter of an hour. Don't think about anything else, just concentrate. And let me know. I mean, I am conscious of time because we've still got the old camera that's holding on with a wing and a prayer. That's why we've set up Buy Me a Coffee. I don't know why I thought that, or Buy Nelson a Chew. And thank you for those that have already done that. But I don't know why I thought it'd be enough to buy a new camera. I don't know. I was I was in cloud cuckoo land, I think, with that one. Well, for 1,000 people all just paid £1 or $1, it'd buy a new thing for us, wouldn't it? But hey ho. Okay then, so I wasn't hinting at all, by the way. You know me. I wouldn't do that. Right. Okay, so I'm just going to cut that off. And we're going to finish that there. And we've got ourselves another little flower. Oh, somebody going past with a motorbike. It's very rare. Very rare we hear that. Oh, it's a car. That sounds a bit ropey for a car. Right, okay, I'm going to leave it attached to see what we're going to, how we're going to do these buttons.
Hello. Ooh, when was that? We're living in a flat. Bye.
David. I'm still filming.
Yeah.
Who was that?
Someone wanted to know how the lagging is that we've had installed in the loft. So I said we live in a flat. So if... Oh, okay, bye. Anyway, carry on.
Do you get all them calls? Do other people get all these nuisance calls? They're a blinking nuisance, aren't they? Quite like that at the top of that, like that. I don't want to use my best thread for that though. Let's see where we're going to put that one. I'm going to do some... Let's have some of our... We're going to have some flowers. We're going to have some flowers, guys. That's what we're having. That's those. We're going to have a flower from all them. Might put that in that corner. We'll see. We'll see. Right. Okay, I think I need a pin. David makes me laugh. He tells them all sorts of rubbish. Put them off the trail. It just infuriates you, doesn't it? I mean, you can sign this thing, you know, so you don't get many nuisance calls, cold calling and what have you, which generally works, but you still get some, don't you? Oh, he tells them all sorts. Oh dear. Okay, so I'm going to couch this, but I'm going to couch it randomly. You don't have to do it exactly, you know, exactly so. You can, especially if it's like a lattice work. I mean, in a way, this is like a whip stitch come couch stitch that I'm making. Often with whip stitch you not necessarily want your stitch to be part of the design. Can't get through for end of my pin. Whereas with this it's you know, it's part of the design. You want to see it highlighted. That didn't catch, did it? And I'll do this quite often in some of the book covers that I've done. I need to show you the update of the book cover we started a few weeks ago. I'll bring you that to see next week. I'm slowly getting on with it. And it's going to be, I think it's a nature journal I'm going to do with it, I think. So I'm getting on with that slowly. And we're number 5, aren't we? Number 5 with the button game. Surprising how the weeks have flown. Right, so that. Love it, love that. Okay, let's fasten that one off. Might we have enough? Yeah, we might have enough to do another. There, we'll do the little one first, I think. So sort out some of your bits of laces and things. You might only have a little piece like that and think, well, what, you know, you don't always want to glue it down to a journal, or, you know, you can use it on your snippet rolls, for example. Now, sometimes when it's a bit fragile, I will start couching by, and I've got some other videos, I'll try and link them for you where I've done couching. I sometimes like to start with a holding stitch. The idea really with couching is that you should be able to, you know, pull whatever it is you've couched over out if you really tugged at it. But you know, we're not doing it for that purpose, and I sometimes like to anchor it through the piece rather than over the piece, just to give it a bit more stability, because like here we've got a lot of loose ends, so I'm happy to stab through the fabric, especially if it's part of your design. And then at the bottom I will stab through that just to hold that in better position, and then go back to just doing the over couching. So I hope that makes sense. There we go. Tie that off. This is an old bit of linen that I'd cut out here for this. That's it, that's that one. And then we'll put our long one in down there. And then that will go sort of there. And this one, let's see, this one might go up that way. We'll have a look when we've done this one down. Right, bit more green. So I hope you enjoyed last week's Tuesday and Wednesday. So the game on Tuesday, and then Wednesday the Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. And we had fun with some wool last week, so if you've not seen that, go and take a look at that. I haven't decided what I'm going to do tomorrow yet. You'll know bubble wrap will come into it someday, don't you? For those of you who haven't been here very long, welcome, welcome. It's so lovely to have you here. I'm obsessed with using bubble wrap in my work. You know, it's another way of recycling. You can get some fabulous effects from bubble wrap. One of my favourite things to do. And especially machine sewing on it. You know, you can do some lovely machine sewing on it. So I hope you're enjoying all your sewing projects. Let me know how you're doing. I'll allow you one cheat. Yeah, if I've had a cheat, you can have one. Sometimes though, you do things, don't you, and you think, I'm taking that out, I don't like that. It's all part of the process, the creative process. We don't like everything we do we? And sometimes, you know, especially like with those buttons, they were precious buttons. I didn't want to waste them on something I wasn't liking. So, yeah. So it's pretty straightforward, the couching. And you can see on here, I think it gives it a lovely, you know, a lovely effect to this flower stem that we've got here. And again, I'm going to just stab through it to finish it. It's hard to go through the middle of this vintage. It's like a cotton lace, I think, very old cotton lace. Stab through that bit. Yeah. There we go. Don't look too closely at the back. Don't know why I've got my great big scissors out either. Right, let's have a look. So, that one, I think, do I quite like it? Oh, I don't know now. This is getting harder as it goes along, this button game. I like it better than diagonally, and we'll see. Let's pop right, let me take that off. I don't want to use best thread for that, do I? Let me just get some ordinary some machine thread. Just get some of my ordinary grey from my machine, just to sew the buttons on. I feel like we need a bit of colour somewhere, a little dash of colour. We'll just sew this button on first, and then we will have a look. It's a grey day again. Grey day today. Even the back of the button looks done in this light. It's like Bakelite, which was something they used a lot for light switches and buttons, ceiling roses, that sort of thing in that period. Sorry, I'm just being quiet while I just concentrate, because otherwise I'm likely to stab myself. So I'm just threading it through to secure it. on the back. Okay, there we have that one. And then we'll just work out what we'd like to do with this button number 2. So I've got this. I think I'm going to see. Let's just fray that a bit. Quite like that. See if I want a bit at the other side or not. I love a good frayed edge. I'm going to do it like that. Put the button on there. Okay, just going to secure the button, and then I might do just think it gives it a bit of something a bit different. I know when it's going over the top that it doesn't matter, does it? Okay then. Oh no, tell you what, we'll use the fancy thread because we can see it, can't we? Let's move that out of the way. We'll go back to this one. You save all your scraps up and they always come in useful. Okay then, so we'll do this on the cross. Just sometimes by adding, it's the same with collage. You know, sometimes you put in a focal point in a collage and you just put that little sliver of some patterned paper or something underneath it, and it makes it work. And if you do that the same with your sewing, that looks so much better than just having a button just put on there. It looks as if it belongs, doesn't it? Now, not much to do now, but now all the other pieces, all our other pieces have got this little, we've got a little bit of edging, haven't we, to all the others. We haven't got a little bit of edging on here yet. Do we want a bit of edging on there? No, I don't like that. I wonder if we have a bit more blue. No, not enough. Let's try this. I think it says Chatsworth on there. There is a Chatsworth house in Derbyshire. We used to go all round there a lot when we lived over that way. What about that then? I like that. I think I'm going to just finish this off, and then I think we'll look what we need. A bit of contrast on there, and I know what I've got that I think might just work. We'll save that. Don't forget to be saving all your little bits in your jar, your Ort jar as we call it. What about a bit of this? See, everything else has got a touch of the oranges in. This is Wonderful Dazzle. Is this Sue Spargo again? But don't you think just a little line of crosses, say, along. Let's see if we can use this needle. Swapping. There we go. Right, let me just pin that on. I'm perhaps actually going to do a chain stitch. let's do a chain stitch. I don't think I can hold that on. Okay, so I'm better off doing it on its side. So the starting stitch, go back where you started, take that round. There we go. And back down. I'm just going to do the single ones. Back down where you started. And along, and then take it through your fabric. So you don't have to do a joined up chain, you know, it's fine, you can do these. So do your round, down through the same where you started, pull it through and down to anchor it. So I think we're going to get 4. Now you could do it in a row of chain. This last little bit's tricky because we've got a lot of threads. There we go. And then take it down to secure it. Now I've got to be careful here because there's a lot that's, I want to take it off to the back because otherwise it'll just attach to a frayed bit and then we're going to be in a mess, aren't we? So I like that. And then I think I'm just going to put a pop of colour. Will I make it with this? You don't like to, and it's expensive, you don't like to waste it all, do you? But you, yeah. Let's just put French knot, middle of this. Wouldn't be me, would it? Sometimes I just unthread it if you haven't got much thread, and then just thread it back up again to take it through your fabric. That's it. There we go. Just have a bit more of that, put a pop of colour. This is really pretty. It's got a bit of sparkle in it, but it's not over the top sparkle. You know, sometimes it can be too blingy. Too blingy is alright in some projects, but there we go. We'll come up in the middle of this one. Ooh, you can tell that's tightly couched. There we go. And then this one. I'm just gonna see. Let's see if what it looks like with some big, like daisy. some big daisies. Like that. Take it along there. Just making it up as I go along. That's pretty, isn't it? That just pulls the other bits in, so I'm just... Okay then, so I've done that. I've just finished going round with the single lazy daisy, single chains. That's it. I think that's done. I'm happy with that. This perlé is gorgeous. It's gorgeous. The 8 weight is nice in this. It's got a really, it's metallic rayon, 1585 DZ1127, and I love it. Just got a hint of sparkle there. So let's bring the others in. Let's see. Oh, we could put that one with it. These are all not necessarily going to be next to each other. We're going to put them onto our cover. And, you know, they might be all different, but I've tried to do similar colours. Yes, I'm pleased with that. So that's it for this week's button game, sew and stitch. So we got 2 buttons this week. We've got this lovely Art Deco one and another just a brown vintage there. And yeah, it's funny how they've all turned out into a bit of a flowerish theme, which I didn't necessarily start out to do. But there we go. So thank you so much for joining me. Hope you've enjoyed that. Let me know what you're doing with your, you know, if you're joining in, how you're doing. And I will see you tomorrow for some more sewing, some more embroidery with Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. And I'll be back Thursday with Journal Thursday for all you lovely ladies that love your paper crafts and journaling. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Big hugs to you all. Take care. Bye for now.